Nice. They can hear you. They can hear you.
All right, so I got chat up and everything, so I can communicate with everyone as well.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
The man, the myth, Mr. Nameless. Drinking buddy, what is up, dude? What is going on? We got Alpha Arcanac here, standing by. We're waiting on Noob, but I think we're gonna kind of get started. I think just to start off, we're just gonna let everybody know, what to expect on the podcast. What kind of thing it's gonna be. It's still morphing. We're still working on it. We don't know quite what it's gonna be just yet, but for the most part, it's gonna be gaming news, Twitch news, all the happenings and goings on in the gaming industry, and the streaming industry, and just some pure hot takes. From me and Mr. Alpha Arcanac and any special guests that we have.
Tripod. I do believe the saying is, Rome did not build their podcast for God in a day.
Yeah, that's right. That is true.
Yeah. Right there.
Oh, he's got a mouse on his face.
Oh,
yeah.
I do have a mouse.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Guys, the production values for this is just, oh my God, I need to talk to my agent right now.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's not even a thing. We're not going to talk about it. So, and then tonight's special guest is Mr. Noobtacular.
Mr. Noobtacular.
A streamer that you guys know and love and watch. And he is near and dear to our hearts as well. So,
super sexy.
Right. Super sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I have here in my handy dandy notebook a few topics for us to talk about. I want to save the real juicy ones for when Noob gets here.
Can we have a sneak peek?
So we're gonna I've got I think I'll wait. Just keep them.
Okay. All right. We're waiting for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
We can talk about so there's a thing going around about Xbox fans claiming that because the Xbox unboxing experience is better than the PlayStation unboxing experience, it is a superior product automatically. That just struck me as odd. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, I mean, personally, at the end of the day, like, it's a fucking box, bro. Like,
yeah. So Xbox people are like that when they, anybody actually that has like, I love this thing. And mine is better than yours, and I'm going to list all the reasons why. This is the reason why, and it can be as simple as these motherfuckers just opened a box.
for real. Real D Death and Generation, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. We are, in case you missed it, we are talking about Xbox fans claiming the unboxing experience of Xbox being superior makes it a superior product. Now, I have looked at video of... posture check. Posture check. All right. Now, I have looked at video of both consoles unboxing. And I will concede the point that Xbox's unboxing experience kind of makes it feel more like a premium product. The presentation is a little better, but I mean, that's kind of always been.
Xbox has the money to shell out for every extravagant feature.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to disable channel points for him.
Don't forget to stretch. Don't.
Oh yeah,
because I know those things aren't for me. Oh yeah. Ooh, actually, no, that stretch is for me.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have the pro bot.
Right
Nice.
we got a triangle, we got a square, we got a circle, and a motherfucking X. Okay,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, he is PlayStation Club through and through.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Xbox.
Oh my god,
they do make good systems, but at the same time, if you're a fan of something, you're a fan of something.
Right. Generation Fuel with the 245 bits altogether. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you. Matter of fact, let's get a shout out for him. And if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He has a soundboard coming up. Oh, I know. I do need to get my meme board going. Boom.
Shout outs.
I need to get Noob to like
pre-record shout outs.
Yeah, to record me like a generic shout out so then I can just like insert name like ladies and gentlemen, go check out, and then he'll pause for a minute and I can be like Generation Fuel.
I don't know. I don't think you should do it. I think you should have like the Windows voice. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Generation Fuel, I am going to shout this person out, but instead of Generation Fuel, it's Generation Fuel.
Yeah, the robot voice.
Yup.
The one you hear on all the meme compilations all the time.
Yes.
Yep. Oh yeah. That would be good. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, though, honestly, it's just a box. Like, I mean, you can put a turd in a nice box and still be a nice unboxing. Like,
I mean, if the box is good and you have enough, highlight footage and whatnot, and then just add a nice guarantee to it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This turd is guaranteed, or your money back.
Money back.
Let's see what I got. Look at all this. I got all kinds of good stuff. I'm probably missing Noob. I gotta look and see if he is trying to get in. Not yet. He's still suiting up. It takes a while to get in that suit of his, from what I hear.
I do feel like I was totally unprepared for this. I did not know that there was a dress code.
There isn't. I mean, I'm just wearing like a shirt, a button up, and my Black Panther t-shirt because I'm a comic nerd. But
there's nothing wrong with that.
So then another thing that I heard was that PS5 had more pre-orders in its first 12 hours of pre-orders than the PS4 had in its first 12 weeks, which is a lot. That's saying a lot for sure.
That is saying a lot. There's a few different things that are going to account to that. The first wave, and I think that everybody knows kind of the answer that I'm going to go with right now. And it begins with a C, and depending on how you say it, ends with a D or an A.
What?
COVID.
Ah. Yeah, gotcha.
Everybody's home right now. And it's not about the hype for the next gen consoles. We can get into the logistics of the consoles and everything, but not much is changing. How fast things are playing, yes. But that's not the reason why everybody's eating these consoles up. And the reason why is literally because a lot of people are still stuck at home. And PlayStation 4s are hard to find. Xbox Ones are hard to find right now. They had an opportunity to get the PlayStation 5, and that's what they did. What do you think?
Generation Phil said my mind went CUNT.
I don't believe there's a T at the end of either of mine. I said a D, as in. Well, I don't know what I can say on the podcast because I was going to say dick.
Dude, it's all good. It's
I'll
all
go with
fair
dog.
game. This is an
or
adult
A.
podcast. We're all big boys around here. But yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, they're touting the whole Stormy says Australians. That guy says it every sentence. Yeah. See, so we're all in line. We're all adults here. We're good. But they're touting the whole 4K 120 FPS. But like, how many people really have a 4K TV that's capable of that in the first place? You know what I mean? Like,
show of hands right now.
Yep.
Shit.
Yeah, nobody here raised their hand. So that's it. That's a conclusive poll.
Very good. But like I said, yeah, they can tote 4K. They can tote 120 frames per second. Last time I checked, scientifically, our eyes are pretty much locked at 60, though.
Yeah.
Anything past that is just icing on the cake. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
It's the speed of how fast you can play the games. They're going to be able to add a lot more things to it. And it's going to be faster. Yeah. How much prettier it's going to be, I think it's going to be prettier because of the things that they're able to do, not because of like the graphic prowess.
Right. How many more assets they're going to be able to program in.
There you go.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, it's, I don't even think, honestly, I don't even think that people are, game developers are really gearing towards that whole 120 FPS right now, because they know that the majority of people don't have those kind of TVs and don't have that capability. So it's kind of wasted on them for them to, break their backs trying to make all that. So I think really what it is that, once everything starts to catch up and, 4K TVs are an easy staple where you can just buy one like you can a normal HD TV, for a couple $100, then I think it's going to be, more prevalent. Not saying that there's nobody out there doing it, but like I feel like it's a lot less prevalent than Xbox and PlayStation would like you to believe.
Maybe even with the prevalency, but noticeability. Yeah. How many people are actually going to notice the difference and everything? I have some people who are like hawks and everything. Like I have a good friend, Dozer. He's he every time he gets to tell me about his 4K Xbox One X, he's going to rub it in my face, buddy.
Right. I mean, there is a big difference between, 60 FPS and 120 FPS, but like noticing it is a different story than knowing that it's there. You know what I mean? Like your eye, like you were saying, your eyes are kind of locked at 60 FPS in the first place. So like for the average person, that kind of a jump is going to be barely perceptible in the first place.
Yeah.
Does the Xbox come out the same day as PS5? Alpha, you would know. You would know that better than
I no.
I haven't been paying attention.
They do not. The Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X comes out November 10th. The PlayStation 5 comes out November 12th.
Ooh. See, and that sounds like a very calculated day. Like I said, it seemed to me like PlayStation was kind of just like sitting back, waiting for Xbox to show their ass, and then they were like, "All right, we're gonna one up all this shit."
Both of them were. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out?
Yes. And the Xbox is dropping the ball.
Yeah, like Xbox dropped the ball, but how long did we have for pre-orders or something like that? When did we know what we needed to know about consoles? It was probably, I would say, probably about March of the same year. We started hearing things the previous year, but by March, we pretty much knew what the hell we were getting into.
Yeah.
This console season, 2 months, 2.5.
Yeah, they really waited. They bided their time for sure.
Yeah, they were. Since we're all adults here, they were finger fucking themselves around the bush.
Let's see. Stormy's got a comment. What I think the counter argument to frames per second debate is not just the visual aspects, i.e., we can't see XYZ per second, so it doesn't matter, but a lot of the game loops / any of the programming behind inputs is locked to the frame number. Yeah, true. So it can listen for twice as many events per second. Helps reduce the input lag, but that's the software engineer's opinion, so ignore me.
It really feels like you're gonna say something like that, Stormy, and then like, why am I here? You have a software engineer right there, buddy. Like,
Oh, he's gonna be the next special guest we have on.
now introducing El Stormio, the software engineer.
Yeah, but no, he's gonna be our musical guest. He's gonna do a Tom Waits impression.
Ooh.
Oh, let me check and make sure Noob's not ready to go. Still not there. I don't know what's going on. I sent him the little invite. Oh, that might have been it. Nope, it wasn't. Thought I heard a boop.
No, I think that was my boop.
Oh, well. Quit booping.
I didn't mean to boop.
He said, yeah, mate, I'll whip the old piano out. That's what I'm talking about. We'll turn this into a late night show. Chaotic with the 10 bits. I appreciate it, man.
Look at you, Chaotic.
That was a serenade just for you, Chaotic.
Just for you.
I hope
just
you liked it. He
He
worked on it all night.
Tripod. I have a question for you.
What's up?
Did you know that Xbox has embraced the meme culture with their refrigerator box and have actually made a refrigerator?
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. Snoop Dogg actually owns one.
Oh, I'm sure that's $500 too. I mean, yeah. But I mean, you know, if you could have your Red Bulls right next to your console, chances are I'd probably knock my console over too much trying to get in my fridge.
This is a full size fridge. Actually.
Oh,
yeah,
like a full size mini fridge or like a full size fridge.
Full size fridge.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, with the green lighting and everything. And
That's
it's got
dope.
a little Xbox power light up in the top left corner.
That's dope. That is dope for sure. Gotta go for now. Catch you later. Hey, catch you later. Real DD Death. Appreciate you stopping by to listen to us fogies ramble on about how games were better in our day.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, they do. Let's see. I'm saving that one for Noob, and because he plays a lot of Warzone, so I want to get his take on that. But did you hear about EA getting sued in Canada?
No, actually, I did not hear about EA getting sued in Canada. I heard about Borat getting sued.
Yeah.
But not EA. What happened with EA?
Yeah, they're getting sued over obviously loot boxes again. But these two guys are making a class action lawsuit in Canada over loot boxes, claiming that they are gambling, and of course, because in Canada you need a license to host gambling, and so they are trying to sue them to either stop using loot boxes or get a license. But if they get a license, that will force them to admit that loot boxes are gambling, and then of course they'll have to raise the age level on their games.
Who's the real winner in this? Like, obviously, these people aren't looking for money. They are looking for.
Not at all.
They are looking for solutions.
Yeah,
you know?
they're looking to stop these loot boxes, dude. It's just outrageous how unregulated they are, and how much money these people are making off of. I mean, some people get addicted. Like when you look at like FIFA, these people get addicted to this stuff just as bad as a slot machine or blackjack. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing, and you get the same dopamine response from that as well. So I mean, you got to think this is something that could potentially ruin some people's lives. Like I know there was a story about one guy who he had spent like somewhere like $30,000 in a whole year on just FIFA packs and just buying them repeatedly and opening them. Like that is just insane.
That is insane. I have one statement, one counter question for you. One, do you know the highest grossing, like highest selling game every year? FIFA.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, FIFA. Sports game, it doesn't change or anything like that, but FIFA is the highest selling game across the world. The second question, that was my statement. This is my question. Where does it stop? What wouldn't be labeled as gambling? Anything that has a random factor to it. So you're going to go to the store, Court, or somebody, he's going to buy Pokemon packs. That's a random factor,
True. But I mean, you at least get an actual physical thing. Like you know what you're buying. You're not buying the chance to get something that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, Pokemon cards have a value to them. Like, you could potentially resell those to somebody else. You can't resell a shitty skin that you get on some video game. You know what I mean? Most times. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions. And
Counter-Strike.
Yeah, the Counter-Strike debacle. But, it just comes down to the fact that, you're paying in and there's no payout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the whole suing and everything, the litigation factor of this was gambling. It didn't have anything, as far as I know, I might have missed this, but it didn't matter about the value of it or anything like that. It was the randomness factor of you putting money in and not knowing what you were going to get.
Right, for a game of chance. Which, I mean, honestly, any game, regardless of whether it's a video game or it's a physical game or a board game, is still a game of chance, ultimately, when you boil it down to brass tacks. But loot boxes just seem so much more predatory. You know what I mean? Because, especially with and then you also have to think, too, with gambling, there's regulations. The odds and stuff are all regulated. You can't go below a certain amount of odds for a jackpot. You know what I mean? So because of, each country has its own regulations on that stuff. But, for example, in America, you can't go below a certain level of chance for someone to hit the jackpot and still keep your gambling license. So I think what they're really trying to get is regulation on these loot boxes and these companies that use loot boxes to make them more, because, I mean, I can put a 0.01% chance for you to get a certain skin, knowing that everybody wants it, and, just rake in the cash as people keep trying and trying and trying and trying for it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is regulation, I think.
Do you think people would be so upset with it if Not exactly like how Elder Scrolls Online does it, but you have the chance for the randomness, and you can use that and possibly get something good, or the chance to outright buy something. Do you think that there would be as much problems with something like that?
I think people don't have as much of a problem with being able to just buy something. I think that's usually the least that's usually the least like um abrasive route, I guess I would say. Because then people know what they're getting. Like if I go and I buy this skin and that's the skin I get when I pay that money, I feel like I've made a purchase, not I've kind of thrown my money to the wind and gambled it away. You know what I mean? So I mean, it makes me feel like, well, okay, I'm getting what I want, and that's money well spent to me.
Right. So you spend $5 on a random chance to get a skin, or $30 to definitely get that skin, or $20 or however.
Right. I mean, yeah, I can understand it being more because, you know, like they do the smaller amounts for the randomness because you're probably going to do it more than once to get what you want. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you're probably going to pay $20 or $30 or more to get that skin anyway because of the randomness factor. But then you also have all this extra stuff that you got in the interim. So it's kind of a toss up, honestly. But I think that loot boxes are very predatory because I think, like I say, there's no regulation on the odds. And even if they're transparent with the odds, it doesn't matter. They can set them to whatever they want, and nobody can really complain about it.
Yeah, since there is no regulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, obviously, and they know, you know, and these companies aren't stupid. They know when they've got something hot on their hands. They know when they've got a skin that everybody's going to want, or they've got, you know, this or that. So I mean, it's not that hard, and they can really play that up too. I mean, you know, with sponsoring streamers and stuff like that. With this is the new hot skin this year. Everybody check it out. You know, and then that gets hype up for it, and then people want it, and then they can really fix the rates there to make it more lucrative for them for you to want that skin.
I wouldn't say I have a big problem with like any sort of regulation with something like that, but I think my biggest fear would be something like where would they draw the line? If they did something like this, would they go after something else? You know, we're talking about chances to get a random item right now.
Right.
What happens? I'm going to bring it up. You know the what's the chances of something dropping from a relic in Warframe? You know, is that something that someone out there would be like, the chances aren't in my favor, so now these need to be regulated as well? Because now it's not like a money thing, but you're still investing something, and you're investing your time into that. And the only reason that you're not getting it is because the chances are so low.
Yeah, but that's a time investment. You don't have to do that. I mean, just the same thing. You don't have to spend the money. But you're also talking about a lot of these games are already $60. Like I think loot boxes in free games are not that big of a deal. That's probably something I should have clarified before. If it's a free game, loot boxes, whatever. It's a way to monetize the game for you to, you know, to get revenue. I get that. I think maybe there should probably be a little bit of regulation on the odds there, but for the most part, whatever. But when I'm paying $60 for a game in the first place, and you put loot boxes in it that I have to repeatedly buy, that pisses me off. I'm done, dude.
Yeah.
Stormio said I spent way too much on Warzone. We all have games we've spent way too much money on.
Yeah, I spent way too much money on a free game.
Yeah, me and Alpha spent way too much money on Warframe.
But I think anything like that, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody that is paying attention to it and just make sure that you're doing it right and everything.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, then you're gonna talk about paying $60 and then have to pay for extra content. Now we have to go into like season passes and stuff like that, man.
Oh, right. And I mean, like I say, it's all about the perceived value. You know what I mean? If somebody gets in a loot box and they spend they buy 10 or 12 of them, and on the 11th one they get what they want and they feel like it's money well spent. Well, then at the end of the day, there's no one to complain because they feel like they've gotten the value that they've spent on it. But like some people have, I want to say unrealistic expectations of things like that, and they see, and some of it is predatory in the fact that they sponsor streamers and they give them packs that have different odds that misrepresent those the real odds. So you'll see that streamer that you watch all the time and that you go to get your information on this game, and you'll see them open the first pack and get the best skin in the whole game and think, oh, I can go and get a pack and open it up and get that skin, when in reality, no, you need to open like 70 or 80 of them before you're going to get anything close to what he's got. And I think that misrepresentation is super predatory.
For sure.
All right, I gotta test my meme board out here. Oh, it's on mute. Yeah, there we go. Predatory.
Like I said, I think whoever takes care of that stuff really needs to make sure that they're the smartest person in the room.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, like I say, it's just like anything, any kind of regulation. Like it just comes down to defining what is gambling, what is too much, what is too far, what is what should be for kids and what shouldn't. You know what I mean? So I mean, like there was the whole Kinder Eggs thing. There's no Kinder Eggs now, right? Because there was like a huge lawsuit or something like that, and they were called gambling or something like that. I don't know. There was a huge thing about Kinder Eggs.
I always heard it was because kids were choking on the toys, but
that might have been too.
I mean, I'm not sure. But then if we're going to go into Kinder Eggs, then we're going to go right back to trading cards or mystery boxes, mystery minis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's
all the same shit.
You are gambling. You have a random chance to get something that you want. That's gambling, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
How far down the slope do you go?
Well, but that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. It would get rid of all of that shit because these companies specifically prey on the fact that there's this ambiguous area of what is considered gambling and what isn't. You know what I mean? And so that's that gray area is where they make all their money at. So as long as they can stay within that gray area, then nobody can say shit to them. But if we, narrow that gray area down, that makes them work a lot harder for that money, and it makes it so that they have a lot less wiggle room when it comes down to it. But like I say, it's, well, like you said, it's a slippery slope. It all comes down to your personal definition of what gambling is.
That, and what exactly you want out of it.
Yeah.
Are we just looking for regulation? Are we just looking for like that percent chance? But then in Canada, man, those laws over there, giveaways, gambling, all that stuff, that's super strict over there.
Yeah, super
And
regulated.
if they, I mean, if they get them to do that, if it's, um, in favor of consumers instead of the company,
Yeah.
that could be defining.
Yeah, and like I say, I think I felt when I was reading the article, I got the feeling that these guys really were just trying to get them to admit that it was gambling by making them get a license, just to admit it. You know what I mean? Because they, even with like Battlefield 2 or Battlefront 2, with that whole debacle, and they still are on this whole, oh no, it's surprise mechanics. It's not gambling, it's surprise mechanics. Like, just call it gambling and be done with it. Like, it's fine if it's gambling. Like, we get it. But don't lie to our faces about it. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't spit on my face and tell me it's raining.
Look, I don't want to know what happens between.
Yeah, spit on my face and tell me I'm a piece of shit. Like,
but like you said, if they admit it, changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
That Battlefront 2, that was a T for teen. I mean, now that's rated M for anybody over now they'd have to change the SRB and everything.
Yeah.
That as well.
Well, and then on top of that, it changes perception. And that's the real killer of companies, is perception and public opinion. For sure.
What game nowadays doesn't, have some sort of that? Like anything that's long term. They're planning on it being out for a while. What game doesn't?
Right. That makes sense.
You wouldn't have a long-term game anymore.
Man, we were supposed to have a special guest tonight. He is taking his sweet time. I don't know what's going on there.
Broke everything.
Yeah. He probably tripped and fell on his neuralizer and memory wiped himself.
Heard it here first, folks. Nameless Tri-Pod Podcast.
Breaking news. Mr. Noobtacular trips and falls on his neuralizer. He is now brain dead.
Mr. Noob, if you can hear this, you have a lovely life, great wife and everything. You love working with kids, but for some reason you have the insatiable lust for purple Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to give somebody after the neuralizer the good, but you also have to just give them one thing that's going to fuck them up.
Yeah, you got to give them a quirk, some kind of something that's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
That they can never explain. Like, God, why do I love purple Kool-Aid so much?
Why? God, it doesn't even taste like grape.
It doesn't even taste good. It just tastes like purple. Fuck.
I didn't even know what purple tasted like until I drank this stuff so much.
Oh, man. See, and I should have been checking a lot more. I don't know if he, Right, Stormy, that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know what happened to him. Last I knew, he was, he had run some errands and stuff and was on his way back to the casa. So who knows? Who knows with that guy? He could be anywhere.
Now, there is a chance, I believe, that he was getting his suit dry cleaned and everything, and they just, that little hole that was underneath the armpit, they actually made bigger. Mm-hmm. So he probably had to chew out some dude.
Yeah, right.
Or lady. That's also
had to neuralize somebody.
Yeah. It's like this is what you get for no cornstarch.
Right.
No cornstarch.
So look into the light for me. All right. So what you've decided to do is repair this hole for me, free of charge, because you did it and you're going to admit it.
You also like purple Kool-Aid for the rest of your life.
He's like, no, I was here when I got it. I don't know where that hole came from.
Honey, can I get some purple Kool-Aid, please?
Right. Oh, sad day. I'm out of Gatorade. And I think that's the last thing to drink in the house. I'm going to have to drink water.
Oh God.
Horrible.
Did your Red Bull factory shut down?
He needs some milk.
No. Need some water.
Right. Beer's another great alternative. Dude, if I had some, like I said, it's the last thing to drink in the house, man. I'm out of everything. We are hit this week. The old Rona hit my old lady's business pretty hard. So she had to scale some things back and stuff like that. That's an insult to an Australian, he said.
What is it? What's Australian for beer? Shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, I can't remember now. I mean, I remember the line. It's Australian for beer.
And they don't even have it in fucking Australia.
No, they don't. And it's Foster's. That's it.
Yes, Foster's.
Yes. Foster's. Don't get me started, he said.
Foster's. Australian beer.
He said, fuck Foster's.
Professionals have standards.
We were massively out on a bender one night and jokingly wanted Foster's. We spent 3 hours trying to find some.
Yeah, no one has them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere like there is no Foster's in Australia.
No, it's not an Australian company. It's like a European company from somewhere. Yeah, UK, I think. I think you're right.
Can we ask viewers questions? Yeah,
viewers can ask us questions.
Okay. Bloody Winkers, Cuntwads. You're from Australia. You're in Australia. How does one get El Stormio and as a moniker? Like where did it come from?
Yeah, what's the history on that? What's the background story? What's your origin story, Stormy?
Yep. I need the history on El Phantasmo Stormio.
I was watching a lot of Narcos at the time.
There it is. Another first.
That was perfect.
Nameless Tri-Pod podcast.
I kind of grew to love the relationship with Pablo. It was meant to be Don Stormio. Okay, gotcha. I'm sure Don Stormio was already taken by somebody. You don't want to be Don Stormio 1.
XX _ Don Stormo _ XX.
Yeah. And Bingo Bango Bob's your uncle. I like it. That is a stellar origin story. A stellar one. Oh, noob. You're killing me, Smalls.
Since this is a second podcast, I don't know what you went over.
No, this is the first one. This is the very first. Yeah.
I thought Okay, was the other one like a mini podcast?
That was just chatting. That was like my first affiliate stream, so I was just kind of just chatting and getting to know the peeps and all of that stuff. So,
Well, I think in honor of El Stormio and everything, we find out everybody's origin. Nameless Tripod, where did your name come from? Other than that thing in between your legs?
It is not. It's really funny. It's not that funny of a story because it's not. It's so benign. Like, I literally got it from Xbox as a suggestion. It was I went and hit the random button, and it was between Nameless Tripod and Pounded Badge. And I was like, well, I don't want to be a Pounded Badge. So I guess I'm a Nameless Tripod. And that was it. That was it. It was my my first Xbox account.
I think Pounded Badge would have had a lot different connotations and everything, actually.
I know, but then see, I wouldn't have had the Nameless Tri-Podcast. It's all full circle. You know what I mean? If it would have been Pounded Badge, I don't even know what. How do you brand that?
I keep on. Oh man, I am so sorry. I've been saying the
Pounded
Nameless Tripod podcast. It's just the Nameless Tri-Podcast. I'm so sorry. Ah, next time, yell at me.
The story,
You're never
dude.
gonna have me on. You're never gonna have me on the show again.
The fucking story is like the Pounded Cast, which is like a casting couch.
But better.
Oh man. Woo.
I don't know. Right now,
Woo.
Pounding Cast, the only thing I can think of is like some dude that just broke his freaking legs, and you got some chick pegging him and everything.
You don't know what a casting couch is?
Yeah, I know what a casting couch is,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm not thinking of the casting couch.
The
I'm thinking of
Pounded
some
Cast.
dude in a freaking cast.
Jesus. Why does your this is what I want to know.
I'm into weird stuff.
Why does your mind
You
always
don't
go to
even have
pegging?
There's some weird stuff, man.
Why does your mind always go to pegging, dude?
I have an addiction,
problem.
and it's being harder and harder.
We need
to
we
be
need
able
to stage an
quell.
intervention immediately.
Yeah. Well, that addiction. I'm sorry. Bruh.
Oh man. So what is your origin story? How did you come by your moniker?
Oh, my moniker.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a young neck orb. So when I played MMOs, my name was Neck Orb, which was broken backwards. I was a real emo kid. It's okay.
Mhm.
Neck Orb, after a while, kind of really didn't roll off the tongue like I wanted it to. Orb just has a really hard sound. And
Right.
everybody always called me Neck or Naked or something like that. And I wanted to show like I was growing, I was leveling up in something, or not something, but like that.
Right,
So
right,
I
I
came
hear
up with Archon, which is holy beings and everything, supreme angels, and Arcanek came out of it because I wanted to make sure I kept something from my original name,
Right.
Necor, and he leveled up to Arcanek.
Hmm.
And then Alpha was thrown in there because I'm pretty sure someone stole it before I could use it, and I was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm better than you." So then I leveled up again by adding Alpha in front of me.
So then he just went Super Saiyan and said, "Fuck it."
Yeah. I was like, I'm not putting fucking numbers in my fucking name. I'm better than you.
I
I'm
am the original,
Alpha.
you sons of bitches.
I am the Alpha fucking Arcanek. And that's the origin story right there.
Oh, I missed this one pounded cast, and then Alpha goes, "It's getting harder and harder." Oh boy.
And then
Arcanek
she
says
stole my name.
she's Alpha. Well,
Yeah, she's Alpha. So now I'm the bearded beta.
the bearded beta. Damn. What a cuck.
She
He said bearded beta is perfect too, though. So I mean, you got Stormy's vote, and his counts for 10.
his does count for 10
Yeah.
and everything, but I don't like being beta. The bearded beta and the pounded badge.
That sounds like either a really bad porno or a really good buddy cop movie.
She's a naturalist.
You sound like a depressed music band.
It would have flown in the 90s. Actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We'd have been right up there with Nirvana.
Right up there.
Just
Smells
heavy
like
in the
Fishy
grunge.
Spirit.
Yeah. I like it. Smells like Beta Badge. See, Arcanet says she loves the name Bearded Beta.
Nope.
Stormy says he loves the name Bearded Beta.
It's
I
not gonna
like
happen.
it. I think it's cool.
Nope. Arcanek.
Damn.
I literally said, I have to keep something from the original name. He has to live on.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Well, my days ruined just because of you guys saying that.
And the kid is gonna be Omega Kid or something.
Yes, yeah, I could get down with that.
Yeah.
The Bearded
Beard-
Arcanetta.
Bearded Arcanetta. Bearded Arcanek. Arcanek beard. I love it, dude.
Get out!
Oh my god, I love it so much, dude.
Get out! No! No. You are now the party owner.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shit. I'm just gonna.
That's done, dude. That's forever, dude. It's the internet,
It's
man.
not
That's
happening.
forever,
It's
bro.
not happening. I will give you that. Oh.
Oh my god, that joke gave me COVID.
You know when you're naming your kid and everything, it's like I can't name my kid something that they can be made fun of. And I did not think anybody could actually make fun of that. But you,
Yep.
sir, just did.
Just got it.
You just got it.
Slid it right in there.
Yeah. No, now I'm going to be El Stormio too.
Stormy says he's only going to change it if you refer to yourself as Pounded Badge. I mean, I can't change my name, dude. It's all over my brand. I got it on every platform. Like, it's not going away, dude. That's so much work. I mean, it would be like it's like when you get married and you change your last name. Like, there's just so much work that goes into that. Nameless Tripod, aka Pounded Badge. Back with some more gameplay. That's just how I'll start all of my streams from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Arcanet says, and now he brings up marriage. Uh-oh. I'm getting him in.
Next question, please.
Let's see. Let's see if Noob's ready or not. We don't know. He's still not there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he decided he didn't want to tonight. And I mean, that really makes me a liar. Because I said with special guest. So you never know.
Yeah, we have special guests and we have normal guests. How do I get upgraded to special guest? I want to be special guest.
You're a host.
Oh shit! Is
Yeah.
that better than special guest?
It is totally better than special guest. You're here every time.
Oh, I'm special host.
Yeah.
Or are you special host?
I'm just a host. You're a special host.
Oh.
Stormia says, "Hey guys, it's your boy Nameless Tripod, also known as Pounded Badge. Worried about the name. It's a funny story. Let me tell you all about it. 3 hours later, let's play some games. Oh, Alpha
Break.
Host. El Stormio said Alpha Host. It makes me feel like he's taking over my channel here. That's not happening.
The power of the alpha.
And then Arcanet said, to be a special guest, your name has to be Bearded Beta.
Do I dress up in drag and stuff like that as well? It's like they'll never know it's me.
Mhm.
Change my voice.
Mm-hmm.
One day there was a time when my soon-to-be wife, at some point in time, when she never stopped bugging me, decided to name me Bearded Beta.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
He said, use an Australian accent and you'll be all right.
If I use an Australian accent, it's going to be part Australian, part European. I'm sorry. It won't be good. The only thing I can get is put some shrimp on the Barbie. You know?
And that's funny because it's not even a saying that they say down there, dude.
Foster's Australian for Barbie and shrimp.
Oh man. And see, when I heard that, because I had there was an Australian guy that came up to just tour around where I live and stuff. I live near Mount Rushmore and stuff. And I was like, yeah, fucking put another shrimp on the Barbie. And he's like, we don't say that. And I'm like, and like, I was like, oh my God, my whole life is a lie. What is going on right now? Because I was fully convinced that was a thing they said down there.
Could that be considered profiling?
Yes, that it is super racist. Like it is,
Okay.
it is definitely very racist.
What isn't nowadays, but still.
Yeah, you never know. So I mean, you know, I figured just say everything and be completely offensive, and then you know, you whatever, dude. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say something offensive sooner or later. So if I just say all the offensive things, that gets them all out of the way, and then nobody has to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but there was a comedian, stand-up. He said, if you can't joke about anything, you shouldn't joke about anything.
Right. Truth. I was watching a comedian just the other day, and he was saying, if you can't or if you realize that words can't hurt you, if you're not afraid of what's coming your way, you'll win every argument, because you can say horrible, terrible things to people with no fear of any kind of ramifications. He's like, because words hurt other people for sure.
You take away their weapon, it can't hurt you.
Wait, don't tell me you don't drink Foster's either. That's what I should have said.
Next
I would have been in a
interaction.
bar fight.
Next interaction right there.
Yep.
The next Pounded Badge Tri-Podcast.
Yep.
Pounded Badge is going to have a black eye.
Straight up bum fights.
And then 3 hours later, let's play some games.
Dude, bum fights was awesome. I used to watch that shit all the time. And I mean, it's horrible. Don't get me wrong. Like it's really horrible to be subjecting these dudes to this stuff just for money or whatever they were getting. But like some of them got paid a lot of money. But I mean, I'm not gonna not watch it. Like it's like a train wreck. Like, you know, it's horrible, but I'm not gonna look away. Like, and I personally didn't buy any of those videos. It was my friend. He bought the videos. I just watched them. But it was crazy.
Is that where that freaking South Park episode came from?
Yeah. Yep. There was these videos back in the day. They were bum
Yeah.
fights. It was just homeless dudes fighting each other. And people doing messed up shit to homeless people, which is super messed up. Like, I feel like if I offer you money to fight somebody else and you take it, that's on you. Like, that's your thing. Like, you obviously you're getting paid, you're getting some kind of compensation for it, so it's whatever. But like, to just do messed up stuff to these dudes, like that's super fucked up for sure.
El Stormio says we need to start chanting a demonic hymn to summon nude.
Right.
Should work wonders.
Right.
The only thing that ever comes into my head when I think demonic hymn is One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy.
Right. Yeah.
Mr. Nude.
There we go. Keep it going. Maybe he'll show up.
That's all I know.
He's probably waiting for me to get more viewers, and I'm a small streamer, guy. Like, just calm down.
Tell your friends. Tell your wife.
I've been saving these last two. Well, I've got one more topic we can talk about. Halo Infinite, actually. They recently lost their second game director. Left the project. Didn't leave Microsoft, but he left the project. I don't think that bodes well. You have games like, you look at like Anthem, and that's the only one that comes to mind immediately. But there was quite a few other ones that had Vampire Diaries: The Masquerade.
I'm sorry. Did you say Vampire Diaries: The Masquerade?
Yeah, I did. I forgot the actual.
Yeah.
Vampire something.
The Masquerade.
Bloodlines. There it is. Bloodlines Vampire
2.
the Masquerade. Bloodlines 2. The longest fucking title of ever.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Episode
they didn't lose
5, subsection 3, paragraph A. I keep waiting for him to accept the Zoom invite, but he is not. Like I said, he had to run some errands and stuff, so I mean, who knows? Who even knows?
Well, we'll go back to. I think we need to pick up El Stormios, because I believe I would have a little bit more to talk about with Cyberpunk, but with Halo Infinite, I am not excited one bit for Halo Infinite, and I hate to say that, because Halo, me and a certain someone, I'm not going to name any names off Arcanet, but Beta Arcanet, we had a lot of fun playing Halo 4, stuff like that. Been a Halo fan for a long time. But Halo 5, they took out co-op story mode. The story halfway sucked. It was okay. But, I mean, come on.
Stormy caught your beta comment. He said you're going to need some counseling for that dig, Chief.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to have any counseling. I'm going to... Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's already there. She's got it. She's a big girl. She can defend herself.
Hey, man, that's my girl. You can call her big.
Big as in grown up, dude. Jesus,
oh, okay.
bro.
Okay.
Gonna get me in trouble, dog. No. Please don't.
No. We really need to play nice and everything, because if I get in trouble, technically that gets you in trouble by default, by
association. Yeah,
by association.
Please don't.
First podcast, last podcast.
Right. Last one ever. Done.
Last one ever.
Damn.
But man, creative director leaves Halo Infinite, and yeah, I know. And then you stole it from me. But we're talking about Halo Infinite, not us. Why do I care about the creative director
Now
leaving?
she regrets everything.
Love you, honey, but not on. You can't do this on a podcast.
We'll talk about this at home.
No. You were a little bit demanding on that one. It's more like we'll talk about this at home.
Stormy's gonna call Dr. Phil. I know. Arcanet's gonna be like, "Cash me outside." How about that?
yeah, she is. Whew. Yeah, I love a strong woman.
Judge Judy.
Oh God.
All right, we're getting sidetracked. What was your
Don't
take
care.
on Halo Infinite?
Don't care about Halo Infinite. It's going to be a shit show no matter what.
Yeah, I think so
Doesn't
too.
matter what creative directors are there, not there. Honestly, ever since 343 took it over, it's gone downhill.
Yeah, and I think they actually like got rid of his position after he left too. So I don't know if maybe they felt they had somebody that was doing too much, or you know what I mean. They had a position that was too extra, and they just got rid of it and moved him to a different project or something like that. But like his tweet was something about moving on to bigger and better things or something like that, or bigger opportunities or better opportunities, some kind of wording like that. And then they had released a statement saying that, you know, obviously he was going to be missed and his contributions were great and blah, 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 blah. The usual corporate platitudes.
Send them off with the roses and champagne.
Yeah. And then actually, speaking of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, Jesus, they lost a creative director too as well. I don't know if it was creative director. I think it was a writer, I think.
See, I just heard about that one. You know, I'm super excited about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 because I played the first and original Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on the PC. Super fun game. Losing a writer, though. I guess the real question, like writer, creative director, you know, I guess it goes with why. Why did they lose it? Was it differences in the end project, just like what they see, you know?
Right.
Halo Infinite, not interested. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, interested. Now I want to know why they left. What did they not like about each other?
Well, and that's, see, it's been real ambiguous because, like I say, she cited that, you know, she was just moving on to something better. And there was it wasn't one that I had written down, so I don't have all the details on it, but there was something that I had heard from, where did I heard that she had been seen on some sort of accreditation for another company a couple of weeks before this was announced. But then they had this kind of cryptic statement that said, you know, she's moving on to newer, better opportunities. And then they said that all of her contributions will remain in the game. And I'm thinking like, well, why wouldn't they have? Like, why did you need to say that? Like, nobody was asking.
They had a difference in opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's definitely what I'm thinking happened.
So, right there. All the creative directors, his contributions are going to stay in the game, but, you know, 343 didn't feel the need to say that.
Right, you know? Exactly. Because that's implied. Obviously, he was working on it. the game is what the game is. So unless you're gonna rehash the whole game, there's no reason to even say anything about it. It's gonna be in the game because he was part of it. Now whether they give him a credit or not is a different story.
Yeah, I actually have him credit for it. Vampire the Masquerade. We're just gonna vampire. Fuck it. We're just gonna call it that. So a vampire. One thing is that they were very. It was early 2000s and everything. They were very lax with mental illness. You know, that is something that they're trying to get a hold of and everything. They're not trying to make it as prevalent as it was in the first game, because like you were a Malkavian and you would talk to a freaking street light, you know,
Right.
which I didn't have a problem with. I thought it was hilarious. It was awesome. But because that really showed you the psychosis of the Malkavians. But this one, they stated, you know, we're trying to be a little bit more, I hate the word, but a little bit more PC to mental illness, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, and I mean,
kind of wonder.
Well, and I mean, for someone who has schizophrenia, that could be super triggering. You know what I mean?
I think this goes back to, if you can't make a joke about anything, don't make a joke about anything.
Yeah.
But anything can be a trigger for anybody nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, in all honesty, show of hands, who out there does not have a mental illness? It might not be documented, but you got something.
Right. Some kind of complex or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's a whole.
I have daddy issues, but you know, it's whatever. Who doesn't have daddy issues nowadays?
That's a whole different podcast and everything. Right there. But, that is the pounded badge.
Yeah, that's only on the OnlyFans right there.
Oh, Stormy, I forgot the milk.
Ah, damn it.
Oof.
It's okay as long as you're back. We don't need milk. We don't need milk.
But I think if the writer and the company didn't agree with anything, I can almost guarantee you it's going to have something to do with PC issues.
Right. Either they're trying to avoid some sort of, harassment debacle or something like that, or they're trying to avoid the whole crunch culture crunch culture backlash that's going on right now. Because that is a huge thing. And yes, I do know about Cyberpunk.
Well, you just led up to it right there.
Yeah, it was one of my topics, but I was hoping to save it for when Noob got here, but I don't know that he's gonna show up today. I might have to hold off for the Noob until the next week and get some more details hammered out for him, because and I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like, I mean, real life gets in the way. You know, we know how it is. Sometimes shit happens. So you never know. I mean, he's not streaming right now, so I'm sure he's got something going on that is keeping him away from Twitch. I know he loves being on Twitch and he loves his peoples. And he would not leave them hanging with no reason.
Yeah, let's do a big shout out from Noob.
Right. Let's get that going. Hold on. Let's get a good shout out going for him. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to shout out the one, the only Mr. Noobtacular. He is the Nermy streamer. He is a member of your MIB, keeping you safe from all the aliens and all the creepy crawlies coming from outer space. You don't want to be on his bad side. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a noisy cricket. I'll tell you that much right now.
True.
And whatever. I didn't expose shit. He says it all the time. He like throws his badge up to the camera. Like, if anybody's exposed anybody, it's him exposing himself.
Whoa, that's also meant for a different podcast.
Well, I know. And see, then with the shout out, then you'll go over to his channel and then he'll neuralize you, and then all will be well. All will be right with the world. I had a plan the whole time. Prove I didn't. You can't. That's right. You can't prove it. I knew what I was doing the whole time. That's my story. Sticking to it. So, the biggest of big news is Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red saw fit to delay it until December 10th. They put out a tweet saying something that has to load because Twitter takes forever.
I can generalize it.
It says, today we decided that my phone was going to die. So, yeah, go ahead and generalize it.
Basically, Cyberpunk 2077 has gone gold. And if anybody doesn't know what gone gold means, that means it is in production. The only thing is that is in production for so many consoles: PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox One X, PC. But then you have the Series X, the Series S, Xbox One, Xbox One X, with all these different versions of all these different systems.
Mm-hmm.
Each game they have to make sure will work or be ready for their day zero update. So you pop that sucker in, you get the update, you're able to play it. So right now, it's just because we have such an insurmountable amount of systems that this game is going to be played on. They have to make sure everything is good. Do I think delays are bad? I'd rather play a game that works than that doesn't.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. I think even if and you know, with all the hype that's going around it, and I'm sure they've gotten all kinds of backlash and people that are like, oh, fuck you, that's fucked
Death
up.
threats.
Like death threats, yeah.
Death threats.
And I mean, it's like I say, it's one of those things. I would much rather play a fully fleshed out game that actually works. That, you know, even with a day zero patch, that actually works and does what it's supposed to do, rather than have to wait months and months for, you know, different iterations of patches to fix this thing and break this thing, and then fix this thing and break two other things. And, you know, so, and they, like I say, CD Projekt Red has a very sterling reputation among gamers. They have they've always been seen as pro consumer and pro gamer. And so, I mean, I trust for sure if they saw fit, I'm sure they weighed all the options. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they're a company and they're trying to make money. So if they felt that this was really going to affect their bottom line and that they were going to shoot themselves in the foot unless they, you know, did a delay and ironed out some more wrinkles and made sure that everything works, then I'm sure that that's the best decision. Like, I can't see them just delaying it just because, you know. And there was one part in their little tweet, they were saying that a lot of people would say that 21 days wouldn't make a difference. You know, that short of time wouldn't make a difference in the final product. And like, no, it will. Like 21 days is quite a while when you're talking about tiny little minute changes. You know what I mean? It's not like they're rewriting a whole section of the game. Like, these are polishes. So, you know, the more time they can get in to play the game and make sure that everything works, then that's going to make all the difference for sure. It gives them more time to spot errors and glitches and broken code and shit. So I'm all for it.
And I've been waiting on this game for years and years and years. The first time they showed it off at E3, like back in like 2000.
Yeah, it's been like 7 or 8 years.
Something like that. Ever since then, I have been wearing my absolutely rose-tinted glasses. They can do no wrong. I don't care if they delay it, as long as it gets done. And 21 days, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of time to make fixes, but in fact, it is. But what it isn't, it's not a long time to wait for the game. 21 days ago?
No.
That was freaking March. This is 2020, guys.
Yeah.
You know, time flies this year.
Very true. Very true. And I mean, like I said, they're a company with a very sterling reputation. Like, and they do so much. In fact, I heard about The Witcher. Their upgrade to PS5 is free if you own it on PS4 or what, the next gen from previous gen.
CD Projekt Red wants to make perfect games.
Yeah.
That's one of their monikers when they first came out. I don't know if you know this, but Witcher 1, when it first came out, it was a buggy mess. They want to make perfect games. That's one of the things that CD Projekt Red is. They rewrote it. They did an enhanced version, and they gave it to people who owned the original copy for free.
Damn. And that's something they easily could have resold.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
with no problem.
Definitive editions, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red was, I want to sell you a perfect game. I did not. Here it is. This is yours.
Right. This is the game that you should have gotten. This is the one that you paid for.
Yeah.
Just throw that other one in the trash. just play this one.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No. CD Projekt Red, I have a lot of respect for it as a game company.
Yeah. They excuse me. They have a lot of respect from a lot of gamers. Like I say, they've always been seen as a very pro-consumer. I feel like they are their reputation is like Bethesda's used to be, but they actually do what they say they're doing and what they're gonna do, rather than Bethesda just saying, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then fucking everybody off.
What?
Noob him. Nice. Yes, let's get some noob emotes in the chat. Maybe that'll bring him. Let's get some noob hype in the chat.
So I'm not gonna lie, I have my cell phone propped up with shit. I did it again twice. I have my cell phone propped up on my laptop monitor right now, so I'm staring kind of at everything. So I reached for my mouse so I could click on the emotes, and then I was like, oh shit, that's not gonna work because it's not my computer, it's my cell phone. So then I went for the trackpad on my laptop because that's how much of a fucking idiot I am.
Well, I mean, if the mouse didn't work, obviously the trackpad will.
Yup. Just gonna do pow pow.
Well, shit. And then I have one final thing. It really isn't something that affects you or me really very much. Honestly, I don't even think it affects Noob very much. Stormy might have an opinion on this one.
Before we get away from Cyberpunk, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
We got on this conversation about the delay for Cyberpunk. That was the question.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that Cyberpunk's delay is delaying other games?
Wait, what?
Cyberpunk's delay is delaying other games because they do not want to compete with Cyberpunk.
Oh, right.
Yep. So all these like people that were slotted for releasing then, they just got pushed back as well.
Oh yeah, because they want to come out after Cyberpunk to make sure that they don't get drowned out.
Yep. They don't want to compete, so it's actually like screwing other companies out too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like throwing a pebble in a lake, just the ripples. But I mean, and honestly, I think that's still kind of like even from just a release standpoint, I think it was a good move because there's a lot of stuff coming out in November. And so I think they might have stumbled on a good call. You know what I mean?
Other than the minute, or not minute, I guess, it should be taken seriously, like the death threats and everything. But what I want to say is the amount of people that are excited about Cyberpunk 2077 and the amount of people that are giving death threats would be minute. Serious, right. But the majority of people are like, okay, we're cool. Shit, I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Death threats. Cyberpunk.
I said it was a good call that they were gonna delay till December because there's a lot of stuff coming out in November.
Yes, correct. Thank you. I pay attention to the words that come out of my mouth sometimes.
Gotcha.
So you're absolutely right, though. And the first time that Cyberpunk delayed, I believe, was a strategic thing for PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So Cyberpunk wanted to make sure that it was fresh on both consoles. So on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. So if you were upgrading to the PlayStation 5 or the next gen, you would get a better experience. They wanted that for gamers. Then with the decision to drop it back to December, you're absolutely right. You have Watch Dogs that released today. So people are going to be playing that for a little bit. You got Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. You have Assassin's Creed. Valhalla that releases November 10th. There's quite a few other ones.
Yeah.
But
and then
not
the next
so
gen
many.
consoles release in November. And it's gonna, like I say, it's gonna work out great for them because they're gonna have time for the consoles themselves to iron some kinks out as well. With their framework and their operating systems and stuff like that, so that they have a better platform to run on in the first place.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to work out for them from way more angles than it could ever hurt them.
Other than if someone actually carried out unlimited death threats.
Right,
but,
right. And I mean, let's be honest here. Most of those people are just rage gamers that are just like sitting in their mom's basement that are not going to do anything. There might be a couple in the mix that potentially could do something, but like chances are
it would probably kill them to get up and walk up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be our neck beard right there.
Yeah, let's be real here. And then my final piece, like I say, it doesn't really affect us too much because we don't play a whole lot of Warzone. But the latest patch for Modern Warfare gave a huge nerf to the JAK-12. There was, and then I just
absolutely horrible.
I just said JAK-12 nerf. I didn't even write like the details. Right, and it is shit anyways. Like, dude, honestly, the only shotgun that's worth a shit, I think, is the pump action one, because like the other ones are just so garbage. Like, First of all, who holds a shotgun with a like that? Like nobody holds a shotgun. I've never seen anybody hold a shotgun like that. But yeah, there was a huge nerf. Something about the aim down sights was slowed down. They for the aim down sights for the drum mags. The aim down sights buff was nerfed a bunch. There was, I can't remember what else it was. My phone's dead. It won't tell me.
Okay. Out of curiosity, why was the Jack 12 nerfed to begin with if it's shit? Because the last thing that I remember was that shotguns had an all-around buff because of their slugs.
Yeah. They did. And I think, like I say, the Jack 12 with the slugs, and then it has a drum mag, unlike the other ones that don't have those. I don't think that the other what is it, the Origin? I don't think it has a drum mag option. I could be wrong though. Like I say, I barely play Warzone in the first place, so who knows? Stormio would know better than I would.
Okay, so you have a Jack 12 with an ammo drum with slugs and sniper scope.
He said, sorry, missed all of that. That's about how our stream's been going, bud.
Yeah. So you have, like I said, the biggest buff to shotguns was the slugs.
Yeah.
With the Jack 12 being, the explosive ammo was what was shit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the slugs weren't an issue in the first place, and then they buffed them anyway. And then the explosive ammos, it would just destroy if people were accurate. Made it more like a sniper than a shotgun. Gotcha.
Yeah, see, with the slugs, that's why I was curious about like the ammo drum and everything, was because people were just using the slugs and they were making like 50, 60 yard shots.
Yeah. And I think in fact the explosive ammo was also something that got nerfed as well. I want to say like I said, I can't remember. It was kind of a secondary topic. I wasn't really trying to spend too much time on it. I wasn't really as interested in it, but it is gaming news and it is happening, so I felt like I needed to talk about it.
I feel like Noob would have been all over that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. And it was Warzone news, so you know what I mean. Like I was trying to get something for Noob to you know, get on his soapbox about and and get crazy, but it just wasn't in the cards. Just wasn't in the cards tonight. Who knows? And like I say, he is not online, so it's not like he ditched us to go stream. I think he just had some stuff to take care of and just didn't get to it yet. So, or 12-hour podcast. No. We've already been going for almost 2 hours. Like, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be the you know, half-hour podcast for the first one, just kind of going through some stuff. I did not think it was gonna be a full cast. Make it the late pounded badge cast. Late night with Pounded Badge.
And I don't know, is it Bearded Beta or Arcaneck Beard?
Dude, fuck that Bearded Beta shit. It's Arcaneck Beard for me, dude. I didn't do any Tom Waits references because Noob wasn't here. Come on, man. I
Actually,
wanted to get Noob's reaction to those. Alpha wouldn't react to those. He wasn't there. Oh, we're done. Oh man, he's going back for more milk now. Alpha, do you know who Tom Waits is?
no.
Okay. See? He wouldn't know.
But that doesn't mean I would react. I wouldn't react.
He needs some cigarettes and milk. Yeah, he told us darts is the slang term for cigarettes in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's much more appropriate than Europe's, bags.
Yeah.
I need some bags and some milk.
Oh, for Duries. Duries is the slang for ciggies. Ah, gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry I didn't keep up with your whole...
Wait. You got a slang for a slang
Australia
for a slang
bonics.
for a word?
Right, you got a slang for a slang for a slang for a thing. That's how they do it down there. You got to keep up.
Everything's fucking upside down there, man.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I asked him that. I was like, is everything upside down there? He said,
Yeah,
we walk on the
actually,
ceilings.
Just out of curiosity, does the blood rush to your head?
We walk on the roofs and everything. Yeah. And I mean, do you have to strap in when you go to sleep so you don't fall out of your bed? You find ways to counter it. I like it. Handcuffs do just fine. Ouch.
You think that would cut the circulation?
Right. Just imagine falling out of your bed and then like hanging by a wrist. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like
they are tough
horror
down
movie.
there.
Purple fingers, blood just getting ready to bust out of the capillaries at the bottom, like the end of your fingertips. Oof.
He said, but when you've done it your entire life, you build that immunity. They got thick wrists down there.
their whole hand is just a callus.
Yeah, there's a strong wrist stock down there. That's what they do. I love it. Well, I think we are probably going to call it here. Unfortunately, there was no noob tonight. And we are all disappointed. Wrist as strong as Tom Waits' voice. That's a strong wrist right there. That's a strong wrist that knows some pain.
Even though we didn't have noob and everything, I think this was another successful podcast.
It was the first successful podcast. We went through this.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a little bit
already?
of mystery if we say another successful podcast right at the beginning, and they're like, "Where's the first one?" It's like if you have like 5 pigs and you freeze them up and you number them 1 through 6, or however it goes. What is it?
2 through 6.
Yeah, 2 through 6, and everybody's always looking for the 5th one or the first one.
Gotcha.
It's like, where the fuck is that other pig? And everybody would be like, "Where's that first podcast? Where did I miss it?" And then when we have like millions of people, and you're like Ellen, and I'm like Rosie.
Ooh,
Ellen's
a bad reference right now. Ellen's a bad reference, bro.
Ellen's always a bad reference.
You're gonna get me canceled.
And she's been back for a while, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it like making a sequel to a movie that was never made.
Yes. Yep. There you go. Yep. So yeah, another successful podcast.
Another successful podcast under the belt.
Yep.
Episode 3.
Right there.
Season 2, episode 3.
Yeah, so we can't hide a whole season, man.
Hey, the first season was unreleased. All right, it was unreleased.
Yep.
Yeah.
After our deaths, that's when they release it.
Yeah, they'll find it in an attic somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you. All right, we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna end it here. Hopefully,
Wait, I need a catchphrase.
Right, we do need it. We both do. We
Talk
need
about
it.
what?
Our podcast in general needs a catchphrase.
Yeah. Ciao. Arkin Neckbeard and Pounded Badge.
Hell yeah! Catch you back on the couch on Thursday for that good casting.
Yep.
Storm,
Seen it on Pornhub once.
Stormy is the best viewer, dude. Like, oh, he's always so involved. I love it.
Just the best.
Unfortunately, we didn't have a noob this time, but hopefully next week we will have that all figured out, and we'll get him in here.
Yeah. Our people will talk to his people, lawyer up and everything, see what the hell's going on.
Oh, I just got a notification from him. He unfortunately missed tonight, but anyway, we will get him back next week, and it'll be just as glorious as if he was here tonight. So it's gonna be fine. Besides, we needed to iron some things out and get all of that stuff good, So it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
I think of a catchphrase.
Yeah,
Actually,
we do
get
need
my
a
suit
catchphrase.
prepared so I can be in a suit too.
Yeah.
Actually, do my
that
makeup.
pressed.
Fucking makeup lady was off today.
Yeah,
We were supposed to do this Friday.
mine was too. I know, but my old lady has shows on Friday every Friday until the end of November, so I couldn't do that. I'm sure once she does not have shows on Fridays, I can then move it to Fridays, and it'll be all right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Kind of spread things out. Doing a stream yesterday and then a podcast today was kind of, especially on short notice, it was a little rough. I want to have some extra time, but I mean now it'll be a full cycle, so I'll have a whole week to kind of get some news stories together and stuff like that. So it was just a slow news day yesterday, but we will be back next Thursday, probably the same time, maybe an hour earlier. Just depends. Like I said, just depends on our guest. I wanted to try and pick a time that would work well with most people. So we'll see. The time may change, but the channel will always stay the same. Oh yeah. That's my catchphrase.
Are we ending it now?
Yeah, we're ending it.
Catch you back on the couch next Thursday.
Nice. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.